This is a PRAKSIS podcast.
Welcome to PRAKSIS Pod. In this episode, Weaving Books and Textiles, members of the PRAKSIS Teen Advisory Board speak with artist Aurora Passero. Passero's work was included in the exhibition Skudd, Fangst, which marked the 50th anniversary of Norske Kunsthåndverkere and was held at Deichman Bjørvika Library.
Hello, we are Bror
and Sofia.
And we are from PRAKSIS Teen Advisory Board. Each year we are to look at a new theme, and this year's theme is how the art worlds use publishing and publications to reach new audiences.
So we came across your work at the Deichman, and we saw your exposition called Skudd, Fangst, Ungdom. And we really like your piece called Fan Their Hearts and Play With Them More. So can you give us an introduction of yourself and what you do and what your art consists of?
Yes, thank you. My name is Aurora Passero. I live and work here in Oslo, where I also did my studies. I studied at the Art Academy at the Textile Department, where I finished my master in 2011. Mm-hmm. And I basically work with the textiles. I'm very much interested in architecture and to find different ways to solve the space with my textile works. So I weave and then I dye them. When I started in my studies, I was collecting all kinds of materials to see how they affect each other or how they talk to each other in a way. What happened if I took plaster, pigments, plastic, concrete, nylon, and combined this? I made very fluently sculptures. I was pouring, for example, acrylic paint on the floor, and then I started to build up these organic sculptures. I think it started there, and then it continued because I was missing to work more with my hands. Mm-hmm. I've always been very interested in working with handcraft in different ways. Okay. And then I started to, I think I took out this nylon and I started to put pigments or dip it in pigments. And the nylon has a lot of qualities that I was searching for or found very interesting. It took up color very well, and it also, as you can see, reflects the light. So it gets this metallic feeling in a way. It makes, or for me it's interesting because it changes. It becomes something else. And then so I started to dip these small nylon pieces. This was still, I was in my bachelor degree, I think. And then I took the thread only and I started to dip it in pigments. And then my professor, I had this small piece, and my professor asked me to make like a big piece because the school had just moved and they had this huge canteen space with a very tall ceiling. And I said, yes, I can try. and we started to plan how to do it, how to solve it in a way. And then she was like, oh, but you could try to weave, because then you can control thousands of threads. I could work with architecture. I could work with weaving, the handcraft. Yes. I could work with color, sculpture, installations, and I think also working so monumental. For me, it was it gave me a lot of freedom. Also, being like a young woman artist at the time, working with textiles, because it was very like an underdog medium to work with. So the piece you saw at Deichman, it consists of 5 parts that's woven in the top, and then the threads renning. The warp. The warp. It's hanging, and then I dyed the threads. So I was working with each like 5 pieces, and then I sew it together. So that's how it's like technically sold. And yeah. So okay, that was a long answer.
No, but I think it's really inspirational to hear
it's very
hear about
interesting.
how you made it in the university, because it looks like a completely new piece when I saw it, and it really was one of the first pieces that really catched my eye when I walked into Deichman for the first time, or like when this exhibition came up. It's really standing out from the rest. It's not like undercover, as you talked about. It's such a big piece, and you make a lot of big pieces. So how do you work with when you got request for working at Deichman? How do you work with making art for different spaces? I mean, a library is pretty different from Kunstnernes Hus.
Absolutely.
So how is the transition for how your art is placed in this?
That's very interesting, actually. And also one of the things that drives me.
Yeah.
Because it's always a problem, or it's always like the wrong space in a way. With Deichman, as you say, it's a lot of things happening in this space, and the architecture is one thing. It's you have this concrete building, which is a material that I really love. So I was looking forward to work with the concrete. But then you have all this movement of the people, because it's always people there from early in the morning to late.
Yeah, that's right.
And different people. And it's also a lot of noise, not with sound, but with colors, and it's tables, it's our furnitures, it's billboards, screens. So when they first asked me, I thought, oh yeah, I would love to hang like something in this space.
Yes.
But is it the right piece? I was a bit, because it's so, it's monumental, but it's very light in a way. And I couldn't really see if it would be too light or too sensitive or subtle for this space.
Yeah.
But then I think when we first hung it, or when it came up, it was very interesting, and I'm very happy about it.
Like when you come to the Deichman, as Bror said, it really catches your attention. You can't ignore it. But you said that they asked you about that specific piece, or were you wondering if you wanted to like maybe choose another piece for the Deichman? Like, can you talk about other works you have?
Yes, I knew that I couldn't make anything new. So because if I do commission work, I do like a specific piece for that specific space. Yes. And also because I've been this year has been very busy, so for me I had to put something that that was like already made. And I think I was more like, oh yeah, and I also was very happy that they actually found this piece, because it's one of my first pieces, and the thing is, that's more like thematically, but it suits very well hanging in the library, because with the title I was working with Odyssey of Homer. And the title was just a sentence. I was interested in the story about Penelope. Penelope. She's weaving. Odyssey is he's in the war. He's been away for many years, and she's waiting for him. And while she's at home, she have all these suitors, and she says, because she kind of likes that they are around, the attention, but she doesn't really want any of them. And she says, well, you can wait while I'm weaving this fabric. When it's finished, I will choose one of you. and then she turns it up or takes it up at night. So it's like a never-ending process.
Yeah.
And I was reading about this, and then I found this sentence. It's one of the translations. It said, to fan their hearts, inflame them more. And that's why when she's like, she's keeping them close, but not like too close. Yeah. And or being like seductive, but not like they cannot touch her in a way. And I found that tension I like that tension. And also I like the sentence, the sound of it. I think I worked like very immediately with language or words that has like also like a visual quality in a way. And it suits also very well for the library. And so I didn't plan it. It was like good curatorial work. Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I think, when I first read about the meaning of the title, I mean, it fits really well with the whole piece, with the whole Odysseus and Penelope story.
Yes.
But I also wondered, since you're working so much with textiles, how is like, because a lot of other forms of art is much more easier to convey a message through. How do you convey like a message through textile art, or do you even try to convey a message, or is it just the pure visual work of textiles?
I like art in general that's not too explained.
Yeah, straightforward.
Yeah. Because that kind of kills my attraction in a way. or then it's like okay. And okay, I look at this and it says this, and then okay, I'm not triggered by anything, and I think for me, I've been working on the whole way, like keeping this openness and also to trust my audience, if that makes sense, to trust the viewer. So maybe for me it contains many things. You can talk about painting, but you can also talk about tapestry, sculpture, architecture. It's also a lot about composition and energy.
Yeah.
Between the works. And also or the dynamic between the works and the space that they are shown in, and also between the viewer, how you move around in the space, and I can, with my titles, I can influence where I want to take the viewer in a way.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's very interesting. And I was just wondering about if you have any future ideas for future exhibitions.
At the moment now, I just finished like a lot of different exhibitions that I have this year.
Yeah, you seem very busy.
Yeah, so now I have this interview, and then tomorrow I think I will have like to rest a bit. But it's my first day off for a long time.
Yeah, it seems like you work with a lot of stuff, and like you have a lot of them.
Yeah, I guess I have. Yeah.
But thank you so much for your information. I look very forward to see like other works of you, because I know that I'm going to come across interviewers like the one at Deichman. I always like noticed it, but I didn't know that it was you, and I didn't know that I was going to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank
really
you.
Interesting to hear from you.
Yes.
Thank you.
The exhibition Skudd, Fangst og Bror and this podcast are supported by Sparebankstiftelsen DNB and Bergesenstiftelsen. PTAB is supported by Erasmus plus Ungdom and Arts Council Norway.